Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're just gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna go in with the cute as fuck Colourpop palette and then using Champs as my transition shade with a big fluffy Wet n Wild brush, just constantly dipping back into the pink of Champs and warming up that crease. Also for this look, I would not recommend putting the foundation on first. There's a lot of fallout. Going in with Butter Cake from the Colourpop palette, I'm going to be using the Morphe M433 and then starting at the outer edge of my eye and then working the crease all the way towards the front, just packing it on, getting it as deep and as red as I want it to. But yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of fallout. So I would just do eyes first, as always, and then do foundation. I just did foundation first only because I had a really bad breakout this month. So everything's healing up now, yes! Switching to LIMECRIME Venus palette, I'm going to go in with Shell and Rebirth with, much like the Morphe M433 brush, mostly it's a harpoonesque brush, and then just going slightly above Butter Cake and kind of into it just to kind of spread it out, give it a little bit more dimension. Yeah, and then just constantly working it over and over and over again. And now you see me dusting away the powder. Like I said, I would not recommend doing foundation first. Just don't do it. Next, I'm gonna carve out my crease using Tarte Shape Tape and Fair Neutral and using my beloved e.l.f. detail brush. Any kind of small little brush will help carve out your crease, and then just following it along. As y'all can see, this is done in real time, so I'll let y'all watch. Next, I'm going back in with Aura from LIMECRIME Venus and then just going over the concealer to set it. Then I'm gonna go in with Rebirth and reline my crease just to define it a little bit more. Yes, with a Morphe pencil brush. Look at that. Oh, that's my favorite part. So we're gonna blend the outer corners using Rebirth from Venus and Butter Cake from Colourpop, just outlining or blending, I'm sorry, the outer edges, focusing at my lash line, kind of making it a diagonal. I don't know, I was just feeling a little bit creative. That's why I'm not talking through this, because I felt like I could have ultimate concentration. And first of all, for blending, I would use Rebirth. For some reason, I didn't get that. And then I would go in with the darker Butter Cake, light to dark, as always, using the Harpooness brush and following along my lash line. Using my Morphe M506 brush and Mischief from the Colourpop palette, I'm going to be creating a shadow wing, focusing at my lash line and then flicking it upwards in a wing fashion. It's okay if it looks a little sloppy. We can clean it up with concealer and foundation later. You can see I'm using a concealer, probably the Fair Neutral from Tarte, and using a concealer brush to kind of carve out the wing a little bit, clean it up, make it a little bit sharper, and then I'm going to go over that with my Real Techniques Beauty Blender and some foundation to blend it out and make it a little bit more even and nicer and prettier, you know. Using the same Harpooness brush from before, I'm going to dip back into Rebirth from Venus and then trace out my lower lash line, and this is where all the blending comes through. Then using the big fluffy brush from earlier for a transition, blending that out, and then using my favorite Urban Decay blending brush and going in with Muse from LIMECRIME as well and hitting that against my lower lash line. And then I'm going to be using a white liner from NYX that I really like on my waterline just to open up my eyes a little bit more. And then I will be using the Infallible by L'Oreal eye paint or eyeliner in white, and I'm going to be drawing my lash line a little bit longer, elongating my eyes a little bit, kind of giving it a little bit of a creative side. I was having some issues with this white liner. It didn't want to really warm up on me. I had to kind of work with it for a little while, but at the end of the day, it was really nice. It didn't crack, it didn't do anything. It was really nice and smooth. Dipping into Mischief from the Colourpop palette and using an angled brush, I'm going to follow my lash line and the white line that we had created from our white liner by L'Oreal, and then I'm going to be buffing that back out with the Urban Decay brush and Muse, which is a darker red color from the LIMECRIME Venus palette. Next, I'm using the Ardell Wispies in 600s, and I'm just gonna pop those on top of my eyeballs. Next, I'm going to bronze up my face using Milani Baked Bronzer in Glow, using a giant fluffy brush, just going in the 3 shape that I always do, that I've shown y'all plenty of times, and then hitting my face with the blush by Covergirl True Blend True Blend Blush in Light Rose, using an angled blush. I love this blush because it gives you kind of a highlight without trying too hard. Then hitting up my face with my favorite Artist Couture Coco Bling Glow Powder. I totally forgot how intense this was. So I just used my beauty blender and kind of blended it out, and see how it gives you like a really nice healthy glow, and then you can lightly add on top of it, blend it out, etc. and etc. I love this stuff, you guys. Oh my gosh, if you know me, you know it's my fave. Next, I'm going to spray my face and set all of my makeup using the Wet n Wild Photofocus setting spray. It's a big old spray. Then I'm going to line my lips with Whirl by MAC, and then go over that with the LIMECRIME Red Velvet Velveteen Matte Lip, and then go over that with the L'Oreal Infallible Metallic Paints in Galactic Foil. To add that this metallic foil by L'Oreal is amazing, you guys, and it can be worn by itself too, so don't think you have to layer it. I tried it by itself and I was so impressed. It's so pretty, so pick it up if you can find it. Add a little bit more blush just because I felt washed out, and then using my favorite mascara by L'Oreal Voluminous to get my top and bottom lashes. And then that's it for the tutorial. I hope y'all like my holiday makeup, and please let me know by share, like, and subscribe. Bye guys, thank you.